Okay, you cheapskate. If you're watching this, that means you likely went on Amazon or eBay and bought the cheap Chinese knockoff of the Lokar LS adapter, right? So you wanna use the shifter in, I don't know, your Chevy C10, for example, and your 4L80E or your 4L60E or 4L60. What doesn't matter. Anyway, you were cheap, like me, and you ordered that kit, and guess what? The rod they sent you is not long enough. Well, now what? Well, that's what happened to me. So what I did is I went over to Home Depot and I just went and picked up a piece of bar stock. So this is cold rolled 5/16. This is also 5/16. So let's see if I can put some threads on here and maybe we can use it. This 5/16-24 is the threads we're going to put on there. So let me get this put in a vise and grab my tap and die set and we'll get going. So the key to getting good threads on here is to, deburr the end. Do things properly, Use the proper oil when you're cutting threads. Don't cheap out and... Wow. Oil's oil. You can see these have a right way and a wrong way. You can see one side's tapered. So when you put that on there, just kind of get her ready. And then you grab your tool. So you put your die on there and then you can get your tapping tool here. How many of you are really surprised? All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so that can go all the way down. That's what I wanted. I just want to put this lock nut on there so that when I do get this where I want it, I can lock her in place. Now, what I need to do, mark it about 4 inches down, I believe. Yeah, right about there. All right. Then I'm just going to bend this about a 45-degree angle. That'll give you about what you need. And then in the kit, you get another threaded one here, but you got to figure out where this is going to go first. So maybe I'll go crawl underneath and take a look. Okay, so everything I seen online said do your bend about 4 inches up. Well, in my application, that's not going to work. This is where my bend ended up being. I got to clear some headers and whatnot. Yeah, it happens. It's not quite the same. But I do got to put a couple other compound bends in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this TIG wire out with me. I'll put this on here and then I'll bend the TIG wire to kind of give myself a template, and then I'll bend this up. Just take you guys with me. We'll figure it out. Okay. That looks like it's about 8 o'clock. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to tighten her up. I just want to put it down like that so I can actually set the vice grips on it. Set this washer on there. It's supposed to have some rubber grommet-y. Okay, so I need a 90 here. I need to come back about here. Right on there. Let me show you what I got going on here. So I'm right against that header. So I think I just got to do a bend up here and get it off of it. I think I'll be okay with it. I'll just go get a bar and see if I can bend that. Off and adjust it where I need it. Okay, so we got the bottom in park. Let's get the top up here in park. Right there. Let's go ahead and tighten this up. Okay, and let's go inside and give it a go. So there's park, reverse, neutral, drive, second, low. Now we got it. Reverse, neutral, drive. Yeah, I think we're good. I think it's gonna do it. It's awesome. So we can now start it with the key. We can now, we now have brakes. Still got a little bit to do on the interior. I want to put a new windshield in. I have it. But we're getting there. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this one. Shifter lever, done. We gotta do something with this steering wheel too. This is hot trash, isn't it? Maybe we'll have to rethread that. Put a new bolt on there. I might even change the steering wheel, we'll see. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this one. If you haven't subscribed yet, and you hung around this long, think about it. Really appreciate it. It helps a lot around here. That's gonna do it for this one. I think I'll just grab the grinder, lop that off, take my TIG wire out of there, and call this one done. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.